Do you view a prospect as the sum of their parts, or do you put more emphasis on the parts and individual skills that they possess? Your answer to that question could very well change your perception of any player, but perhaps no one more than Leo Carlsson. Quickly becoming the undisputed holder of the third ranking amongst draft-eligible players this year, he's an interesting scouting case study. There may not be too much remarkable or draft-defying from him in any one individual skill, but when you put them all together, you're left with a really good hockey player that any team would be lucky to have, and one who will win a lot of games in his NHL career. My name's Dylan, I'm a former WHL scout, and let me tell you what I mean in this latest scouting report as part of my Former Scouts Take series. If you've watched any of my previous scouting reports, you know I like to start off talking about their shots first. Unlike most prospects touted to be a top 3 pick in a draft, I actually only think Carlsson has an average shot. He gets good elevation, it has some zip, but it lacks that special something something that makes me snap my fingers and go, this guy will fill the net at the next level. Where most of his goal scoring comes from his hands, which are definitely a plus skill, more on them in a second, I wonder if over time he'll learn to use his large frame and broad build to generate more power behind his shot. By twisting his upper body more, leading with his shoulders, he should be able to get much more on his shot without just relying on his wrists and forearms for power, freeing them up for zip and accuracy. This would help him out a lot, as I feel that is the thing holding him back from being a top goal scoring threat, rather than accuracy or placement, especially because he has great touch. Whether it's redirecting a pass or shot with a firm, purposeful tap, or pulling the puck in close, making a move, and releasing it all in one soft, fluid motion, the kid's hands will play at the NHL level and make him a scoring threat around the net. If whatever team drafts him works with him and he's able to add the power and velocity he's missing now, watch out because he'll be a scoring threat from any place on the ice. Okay, now for the thing that excites me the most out of all of Leo Carlsson's game, his hockey sense and smarts. After his size, the first thing that caught my eye when I first started watching tape on Carlsson was how he plays the game, which is to say, patiently. He isn't a speed demon flying around the zone haphazardly, and he isn't just looking for one-timers to show off a bomb shot. Instead, he just kind of floats around, slipping between defenders, keeping passing lanes open to himself, or going where the play is going to end up rather than where it is. With the puck, he's good about creating time and space for himself, but also using what the defense is giving him. He isn't one to rush a play or give away possession. Instead, he wants to dissect the defense, understand it, and then attack them at their weakest point. Safe to say, I didn't expect that style for a kid who's 6'3". For an example, take a look at this play. Carlsson gets the puck, enters the zone, comes under pressure, button hooks protecting the puck. Smart play, but it's what comes next that impresses me so much. He doesn't throw the puck blindly towards one of his teammates entering the zone like other young players might. He instead skates out with it. He cuts down to head towards the net and starts surveying his options. He looks to the man he has in the slot, thinks about it, but doesn't want to risk giving up the puck to this player who could burn his guys going back the other way. Instead, Carlsson makes the safe play and passes to the defenseman. Only he's not done there. He immediately sees space and cuts for the net. He just read the defense when he had the puck. He knows where the passing lanes are and he puts himself in one, getting rewarded with a sweet scoring chance. In this one play, he showed he can gain zone entry, protect the puck along the boards, and prolong a possession, read a defense, and play without the puck, generating a fantastic tip-in chance for his team. This is the kind of hockey teams are moving towards as they are better understanding the statistical advantages and importance of puck possession and zone time. Naturally, for a player like this who wants to read defenses and play smart hockey, his playmaking is top-notch. His passes are smooth and always on point thanks to his previously mentioned hands, and he regularly finds his teammates at just the right moment for them to attack. If he's given any sort of time and space in the NHL, he will be a problem for other teams, and on the power play, good luck stopping him. Carlsson's skating is definitely a plus. He's faster than most, and because of his puck skills, he's able to utilize all aspects of his speed. He can puck handle at speed, pass at speed, and shoot at speed, all abilities that will help him play at the next level very effectively. Beyond his speed, however, is how agile he is on his skates. He can make quick dekes, change direction, and transition from forwards to back and vice versa fluidly and without having to think about it or set it up. There is one area I think he can improve on though, and that's by getting stronger on his skates. Despite having good size, Carlsson skates very top heavy. He doesn't get low when he's going to deliver or receive contact, and too often this results in him getting knocked down onto the ice and taken out of a play. That might be the only way to take him out of a play, but all the more reason to fix this issue. It isn't as much of a problem for him right now in Sweden, but when making the leap to the NHL or even the AHL where the game is a lot more physical, that could prove to be a steep learning curve for him and limit his immediate upside. Defensively, Leo Carlsson shows some interesting flashes. When breaking down one of his games, I found plenty of moments like this, where he's covering the slot while his defensemen roam or drop below the goal line, or plays like this, where he's good about staying in the passing lane and following his coverage assignments. However, he was on the wing, and it's clear that his main job as a winger defensively was to play up in the zone and wait to break out rather than get involved defensively. So while I would like to see more, I did see enough to know that his smarts and vision carry over into the defensive zone, and I think he'll be a responsible and reliable two-way player in the NHL. Because of Carlsson's mature and patient play, coming up with an NHL player comp was a fun challenge. I couldn't look at too many other players' prospect tapes so much as I had to look at how they played later in their careers. His size, hands, and playmaking also made this difficult. Is he a power forward with a net front presence like present-day Jamie Benn? Is he a bull with the two-way game of Alexander Barkov? Or is he an elite offensive weapon like Leon Draisaitl? Finally, I came to the conclusion that he looks a lot like present-day Evgeny Malkin. Both are big body forwards who use their brains a lot more than their size, always on the lookout for a perfect pass, a way to make themselves available for a teammate, or to just be an overall force in the offensive zone. Like Malkin, Carlsson can lurk around the offensive zone, finding gaps and slipping through them, rather than bursting through and announcing his presence with physical play, and he can also create a high-level chance for his team. Also like Gino with the Penguins, I could see Carlsson as that perfect complement to a team already with a top player or prospect. Carlsson's play isn't going to let him shoulder a whole team on his own, but when he's a second-line center or an extra winger out there on a top power play unit, your team is going to find itself in the win column a lot more than they are now. I'm always cautious about predicting anything for year one European prospects coming over and playing in the NHL right away. Not only are there the normal aspects of learning the pro game both on and off the ice, but the cultural and hockey differences on and off the ice only adds an extra layer working against them. That said, if there ever was a player who I thought could translate their game on the ice to the NHL right away, it's Carlsson. Smart hockey plays anywhere in this world, and he has it. Do I think he'd probably start on the wing? Yeah, probably. Do I think he'll lead the rookie points race? No, he'd probably be in the 40-ish point range based on what team he goes to and just how bad they really are. But that doesn't mean that I think teams should shy away from him at the top of the draft. While he might not have the borderline generational talent of Connor Bedard or the franchise cornerstone two-way play of Adam Fantilli, Leo Carlsson is a fantastic player who could easily have a 15-plus season NHL career scoring near a point per game, providing a steady offensive presence and game-winning flair to his team. So there you have it. Do you think Carlsson's smarts and presence will lead him to become an elite NHL point producer? Or do you think his lack of one game-breaking skill will hold him back in the NHL? Let me know in the comment section below, and make sure to like the video so other hockey fans can find it, and to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my future draft content.